Hey everybody, welcome to this special year in review edition of TSC News. One of the biggest events we got to cover this year was the Big 3 Basketball Championship based on FIBA's 3-on-3 events all around the world. Ice Cube for the last 2 years. Yes, the Ice Cube, with the help of Clyde Drexler, with the help of Amy Trask, with the help of Fox Sports, has brought 3-on-3 basketball with their own twist in the form of Big 3 to North America. And we had the opportunity to cover the 2018 Big 3 Finals at the Barclays Center. So what we're going to do is take a look at some highlights of the game, the epic final, and hear from the winning team power featuring former NBA players Glen Big Baby Davis, Chris Birdman Andersen, among others, as well as the people behind this fledgling basketball league. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this special look at the 2018 Big 3 Final.
Who will be the 2018? You don't think that Maggette is up to the challenge of trying to slow down Andre in the quick pass? Oh, the cat to Baby. Here's Maggette. Fade away. Nothing but now. Oh, the crowd loves this. Oh, this one already getting physical. Cuttino Mobley right there in the center of it. He's yet to get cooking for Three's company. Oh, look at that move by Andre Niven. He must have heard me. He's got 6. Lead is 3 now. Here's Mobley. Johnson open for 3. That's a shot you got to make if you're DeMar. You're wide open. To the half. The cat. And power. Baby. Spins, goes up, count it, and show your stuff, big boy. Tough hill to climb right here with this power team. Down 16. And this guy, Corey looks. Here's Andre Emmett. Spins, the first drive, and one. To make this thing close. Here's Cuttino Mobley for the chip and the win. Yes, the cat has done it. Power runs this city tonight. They're the 2018 Big 3 champions.
The best coaches here. Yeah. The best coaches here. Yeah. I'm going to say it again so y'all can clap, because the best coaches here. The best coach. I want to hear y'all clap for the best coach. The best coach. I'm not done saying that the best coaches here. Yeah. The best player. Is here. Right? The best defensive players here. And somebody was looking for the MVP and they found him tonight. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody was looking for the MVP and found him tonight. All the bullets, all the smoke. And what is that?
I want to say something. I think first of all, man, we really appreciate everyone being here. What Cube and Jeff Quanz and Amy Trask have done. Honestly, man, I was messed up last week with 2 pulled hamstrings, and I just thank God for giving me the ability to play today. I wasn't sure. I talked to my teammates, I talked to Q and Big and Cat and Nancy about it. But man, the man upstairs found a way for me to play. And I'm just really thankful. I had a long road last year, tearing my Achilles. And man, it's something sweet. I'm just thinking about watching. I watched Birdman and Big Baby's championship, and I wanted to experience that. And so I'm very blessed. I'm very thankful for all these guys. You know, I have people that I've been known forever. Quentin Richardson, I've known him since the 5th grade. And so for him to play on this team, we played against each other, we played with each other. I mean, I'm so thankful for Cuttino Mobley being my teammate. For, I mean, how many years? A friend.
20 years.
You know, even like for Birdman. I've been on Birdman for, you know, it's been like 17 years, Bird. And you know, I remember back when we worked out over in Vegas. And, you know, just humble, very humble guy. And I'm just thankful for him. He's a big baby. For him, I mean, this guy should still be playing in the league. And, you know, he sacrificed that to be here. You know, our player Ryan Gomes went down with a calf injury. But Ryan was a total professional this entire time.
All time.
He stayed talking. And then Xavier, more importantly, Xavier Silas. He's 32 years old. He should be in the league as well.
He's 30.
Oh, my bad. I gave you 2 more years.
And he dressed like it, too.
Yeah, but he sacrificed this year because he's a guy that should be playing. And we're thankful for him to be humble enough to let us rock and let guys play. And still support the entire time. He was our assistant coach.
Really support, though.
Yes.
Real support.
And then, you know, I'm going to finish with JYD. JYD has been a guy here who's been working us out. He's been one of the keys for the community and doing things for the Big Three. We're very thankful for JYD being able to do that. And then Nancy, you know, it's amazing to see her, you know, as a woman coach to be able to do this. And again, this breaks all genders, right? Where, you know, a man is supposed to coach men. But Nancy has done a phenomenal job, and you know, I'm just really thankful. I really don't want to cry in front of you guys, but I feel like, well, I'm just really thankful.
One more 50. You gotta shout out Jocelyn. Team trainer.
Listen, I almost
Here, Jocelyn. You got
come here, Jocelyn.
Come on up here, Jocelyn. Come on up here.
Now, Corey told y'all how he almost couldn't play. Corey told you how he almost couldn't play the last 2 weeks. This lady right here is single-handedly responsible for all of us being out there.
For a fact.
So thankful. Like literally, 2 weeks ago, she was in Amsterdam because she works with a ton of people all over the world. And she took the time to fly back out here to be with our team.
That's my dog!
We just really thankful.
I mean, from Corey Maggette's hamstrings to Big Baby's calf to my pulled groin to Q, I mean, we just, the walking wounded, and Jocelyn just stuck with us. And, I mean, she's an angel. She's an angel.
She getting the ring too. She getting
Birdman, what do you say? Birdman, what do you say to Jocelyn? Would you take it easy?
All right, hey fellas. Okay, let me just start because these guys are really amazing. When I had the opportunity to be the coach of this team, I was blessed beyond recognition. And I have coached in the WNBA, I've coached in the NBA, in the NBA D-League, and we have a Cup reporter here named Baby, okay? So, you know, I get a lot of credit from my guys because they're kind and they're very loving, but let me tell you what, I'm gonna go down the line, and Corey Maggette, there's a reason why this man is the MVP. I have never seen anybody have such a professional routine in how he takes care of his body. The same with Cuttino Mobley. These guys, you know, they mentioned they've been friends for over 20 years. This, I believe, is the first championship they have won together. And this team is about friendships. It's about growth. It's about caring about one another. We talked about, you know, Corey knowing Q since he was 5 or 6, fifth grade.
Fifth grade.
And then so many people have had a part in our success. You know, Birdman was our top draft pick. And we were sitting there at the draft, and I was with Cuttino and Corey, and they were locked in. They had already, you know, scoped out and knew how important Chris Andersen would be to us as a player, as a professional, as a winner who has a ring with the Miami Heat. I mean,
He's signing with the NBA team.
he needs to be on an NBA team.
For a fact.
Somewhere.
So everybody has a part. You know, it's not just about the coach. It's about the coach allowing the players to have input. This is a players' league, and you have to allow your players to express themselves. You know, when Q got injured, you know, Ryan stepped in. When Ryan got injured, Xavier stepped in. And I will say this, one of the hardest things in this league is to tell somebody that they're not activated for a game. I actually, you know, I played this game. And to be able to say that to somebody, it's really a struggle for me. I'm not supposed to say that as a coach, but it was a struggle for me every week not to tell X that he wasn't going to play. And the same thing with Ryan. And they took the pressure off of me because they were willing to put the team ahead of themselves. And then I want to go back to Big Baby. This guy, I have watched him. I have called his games on TV. This is a young man that can be in the NBA in a year. He could be there. He's so talented. He's got, you know, he jokes around a lot. This guy's defensive presence, his IQ, how to play this game is off the charts.
Nobody got a bigger heart. Nobody got a bigger heart.
Stick with me.
Yes. And then, you know, Cuttino has a willingness to give up glory, although he hit the game-winning shot, because he wants to be a great teammate to all of his teammates, and he's willing to sacrifice his individual numbers because he has been playing and wanting to win a championship. So when you have Drome, you know, he's doing clinics for the young three, he's the president of that, he's helping in community with children, and then he's here helping players. And Ryan, and barking like my puppies do not do anything like him. I mean, this is a family. We love each other and we care about each other. And it's your turn.
You know, I'm just very happy to be in the presence of all, you know, this group. Last year, you know, it was a tough situation. Getting injured and banged up and finishing, you know, 1 or 2 possessions away from the finals. I told Corey Maggette, I said, you know, as long as I got you, I'm cool. We're going to the championship. And am I lying, Corey? Did I not say that? I said that. I said, as long as I got you, I'm okay. I said, and then listen, when we got Birdman, and then they told us Baby was the captain, and we picked Q, and we got X and Ryan. I mean. To me, there was no, we had some tight games, but that's just how it is. Sometimes you blow people out, sometimes you win by a buzzer beater. It's what it is, but the point is you win. And, you know, I'm not trying to be cocky, but when I came to the Clippers, and I think in 2005, there was a reporter who said to me, I looked at the roster first, and I was talking to Sam Cassell, and I was in Spain, and I was like, you know what, Sam, I'm going to go to the Clippers. I'm going to challenge myself more. You know what I'm saying? I said, I like their group. They got Corey Maggette, who averaged 20 in his sleep. They have Elton Brand, who's 20 and 10 in his sleep. I think if me and you go there, bro, I'm telling you, we go to the playoffs. They haven't been to the playoffs in 14 years. So, I mean, it was a laughing. They laughed, basically. So the reporter's like, why are you so cocky and confident? I said, that's what you call me cocky. I'm confident because I've been practicing my whole life. I understand. So I know if I sacrifice, I will be able to help these guys reach something they didn't reach, playoffs, getting a taste of something. And we went to the playoffs then. So, I mean, I'm not saying it's me, but I said, I just want to be a part of something big. I've always been like that. I think I'm a selfless person, and I got selfless guys with me, and that's the reason why we won, because Q gives up his body, Baby gives up his body, X, Bird, Ryan, Drome. I mean, Corey's just battling all types of injuries, and he's still going out there being an MVP that he is. You know, I mean, it's just... Coach is amazing, you know. When we drafted people, we drafted our character. We were all dogs. We're ready to fight. We're ready to fight, and we're not playing. This ain't no commercial, okay? We're for real. We're for real. We want every smoke you got. We want. So that's just what it is, and it's all respect. We will respect you like men. You respect us. You know what I'm saying? Like human beings, we respect you. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm just happy that we came out with this victory the way we did, and fighting and fighting and fighting to get to the finals. because I told Corey, like I said before, I got you, bro, and I'm okay. I'm okay, and it ended up the way I wanted to be 2018 Big 3 champs.
Amy Trask, also with Big Baby News.
Yeah.
Questions for Coach Lieberman. Does this mean that women now can be involved in sports? Because I'm just kind of wondering.
Yes, I am going to have to defer.
First of all, I know you don't mean it that way, but that's a disrespectful question for the best coach.
You know I'm teasing.
I know, that's why I know you don't mean it that way, but I just want to put that message out there. She's unbelievable. I played for some of I know Larry Brown, Stan Van Gundy. I played for some great coaches. She right there. She as good as anybody. The first day she came in, from the start, she said, we are going to take this serious and we are going to compete and win. And she took it that way every single day. When we had everybody, they had the 30-minute practices or whatever. Some guys didn't show up for practice. Some teams just shot jumpers or whatever. Every single game, every single practice, we went over stuff. If we played Friday, if this was a regular week, tomorrow by Saturday morning, by the time I got on the plane and landed in the city, we would have a film, we would have exhibit, we would have everything. Am I lying, Cuttino? We get off the plane, she's already hit us with the email with everybody in there, and we got plays, we know the tendencies of the next team, we know who scored the most, what they do, everything.
How many shots
she was
they took on the
unbelievable.
left side,
She was
right side?
detailed, she was into it, and she was on top of it. I played for some great coaches, and she is right there with whoever you want to name.
Top dog.
I got all the respect for her. She is dope. And not only that, all of our families, to a man, every one of us that got kids, they love her. My daughter went to the store and got candy, her favorite candy. I bring her candy. Every single one of us, our kids love her. That's why we were a great team, because we were a family. And that started right here with Coach.
And let me tell you something, Q. When Nancy's name was suggested to Ice Cube and Jeff Kwatinetz and Clyde Drexler, it was a moment for me in my life because no one gave a damn about her gender. And let me tell you something else. Neither does Nancy, and neither do I.
There you go.
And team power is the lucky one. We're the blessed ones for what she just said. We received the blessing that they chose her because we were blessed to have her.
Because she's not a woman coach. She's a coach.
Facts. Yo.
Talk to her, baby.
Big Baby, we gotta talk about that post from Gooden. That was Shaq-esque. Gooden just told me yesterday that he was 0-3 in the finals and state championships, Final Four, and NBA finals. He thought it was time to beat the drum.
Yeah, it's tough playing power, man. So we played a great game, man. I love Drew Gooden, but I wanted to say I was dealing with depression before I accepted the contract that you got. Mentally. Because when I left the game in a different phase. And you guys brought that back to me. I've been going through a lot of crazy things lately that it's just not who I am. Cube, Clyde, they stood by me. They knew who I was as a person. And this team stood by me. In spite of what everybody said out there, or what they think, or what they might see. And I thank you guys for that.
We're a family, bro. You know.
And so it's been a long journey. It's been crazy for me. And this Big 3 organization, the camaraderie, the people, the love, it's a great thing. And I promote this league. As long as I can play a damn basketball game, I will be in the Big 3, for sure.
Listen up. I want to thank you all for being here. It's been a great year for the Big 3. Co-founders Jeff Kwatinetz, Ice Cube. What a great vision. the Big Three has been for so many people. Our fans love the game. The players love to play in the game, and it doesn't get any better, right? You see how much fun and passion these guys play with, and it's so much fun to watch. So professional 3-on-3 basketball is here to stay. It's an Olympic sport, and the Big Three is leading the way. Now, I'll talk to you a little bit about the people who make it work behind the scenes. You may not know about. I'll go with Jeff Kwatinetz first. Amy Trask first. Amy is our chairman of the board. She makes everything happen behind the scenes. Q is phenomenal day to day, but these guys also put in 18, 20-hour days as well. And so I think it's important to hear from them because their contributions are what make the Big Three so successful. And I'm honored and extremely grateful to work with two such esteemed individuals. Jeff, one of the greatest entertainment lawyers in the business, co-founder of the Big Three, Harvard, Northwestern, Harvard Law. Does it get any better? You talk about our executive team. It's kind of like a dream team. Amy Trask, CEO of the Oakland Raiders for how many years?
A lot.
30 years. And so Mark Garagos
was 12.
Mark Garagos is not here, but our executive team is as good as any executive team in any sport. And I'll pass the mic on to these two because you may not know a lot about them, but they are what makes the Big Three so special. Thank you.
I will tell you a very special moment, and then I'll turn it over to Jeff. When we discussed hiring Nancy Lieberman, I was in a room with Jeff Kwatinetz, Ice Cube, and Clyde. And at no point whatsoever was her gender raised. And you all heard me teasing and saying, wow, they're letting women in sports now. Huh, go figure. I started my career in 1982, roughly, 82, 83. And as I said, I was 12. And to sit in a room with Ice Cube, with Jeff, with Clyde, and come in. And Nancy Lieberman's name was floated as a head coach. Not one of those men referenced her gender. And Clyde contacted Maggette and Cuttino Mobley, and her gender was never referenced. It's not an issue. This is a league where our co-founders and co-CEOs, Jeff Kwatinetz and Ice Cube, hire without regard to race, gender, ethnicity, religion, or any other individuality, which has no bearing whatsoever on whether someone can do a job. And in that regard, they are running a business the way everyone in this country should run a business. So with that, Jeff, I turn it over to you. It is my great fortune to again work with men like you and Cube and Clyde, as I did with Al Davis, who don't give a damn whether we're women, men, about our race, our ethnicity, our religion. They just care whether we can get a job done.
It's so funny because I grew up a Raider fan. So I knew Amy before, I guess I was a stalker of sorts. I've actually known Amy 25 years. And Ice Cube has known Amy that long, and Ice Cube and I have worked together for 23 or so years. And it's been an incredible journey. Clyde Drexler is the happiest guy in the world. I say it all the time because, I mean, look at him. This is how he always is. No matter what's going on, good, bad, he's just like, man, it's all gonna be good. It's all gonna be good. And I don't always think that, but he's always right. So I just, hearing Big Baby like talk from the heart, and Corey, I got to spend a lot of time talking to him, and when he got injured that first game, he didn't quit on the league. He came out. He helped us do a lot of things on the PR side, and he said, I want to get better. That's not an easy injury to come back from. And he really came back.
Nancy is too kind. Nancy did a phenomenal job. Her ability to get guys to come together is unprecedented. What do you call her? The basketball whisperer. With a U or Q, you call her the basketball whisperer. because she can get guys to believe in themselves, come together, play as a team, and they usually win. Nancy has got what it takes. She's got that magic it. You know, she has it.
And don't you just love that by the time they landed, they already had the game tape with the X's and O's? Sorry, my analogy. I mean, don't you? She worked her ass off.
She works hard, constantly. Nancy, when she got the job, she called me the very next day. She wanted a tape of all of last year's game. That's typical Nancy, right? And a whole lot of other stuff. So that lets you know how much work she puts into her craft. And there's no surprise when she's very successful. She works her butt off. And the other coaches work as well. But I knew Nancy was a competitor, and she'd come in, take the ball, and just take off running with it. Now, Corey Maggette is the captain of Power. He is the guy that chose Glen Big Baby Davis on the recommendation of the guy to my left, right? Yeah. And so Chris Andersen, Corey Maggette drafted Chris Birdman Andersen. He picked up Ryan Gomes, who was injured, but a very good player. Quentin Richardson. Those are some great pickups. Xavier Salas. And then Cuttino Mobley was phenomenal last year. He was the only guy on that team that I coached. So it's a team unfamiliar to me. You know, Corey Maggette was injured in game 1. And so to see him come back and win the MVP lets you know how good he would have been last season. But Nancy, it's all Nancy, it's all Corey Maggette, and I am not going to take any of that credit because it's not fair. Those guys, Nancy is phenomenal. You know, to say that she is probably the most prepared coach I've ever been around is an understatement, right? And then Corey Maggette, in terms of class, the way he conducts himself as a team captain, he is nothing but a class individual. And so to see him win the MVP and to come out and have a healthy season, especially after recovering from an Achilles heel injury last season, was just phenomenal. And so to see them win gave me great pleasure, but they deserved it. They were the #1 seed. They beat the best teams all season long. And whenever Power played, every single weekend, they were always the toast of the Big Three.
Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed that special look at the 2018 Big 3 Final. If you like what you see, if you like what you hear, feel free to subscribe on YouTube, youtube.com/The Sports Courier, facebook.com/The Sports Courier. You can follow us on Twitter @Sports Courier, @TSC News on Instagram. Until next time, everybody, as always, enjoy the games and have a Happy New Year.